Alright, welcome to my Bob's Burgers, King of the Hill, and Family Guy early gameplay and review. So a few of your favorite animated dads are coming to Fortnite, not tonight, but tomorrow night. So that's June 13th. So obviously I do have early access to them because I am an Epic partner and sometimes they do send me skins like this to review. So let's take a look at all three of these. Now I did a video yesterday announcing these and the prices were wrong. They made a mistake. So I'm going to tell you the correct prices in this video. So first up is Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers. He's going to be 1,500 V-Bucks. His pickaxe is 500, his back bling is 400, his two emotes are 400, but this is where it changes. His bundle is only 2,000 V-Bucks. Yesterday they said it was over 3,000. So only 2,000 V-Bucks for the bundle. Then we've got Cleveland Brown, and the same thing applies. The skin is 1,500, his back bling is 200, pickaxe is 800, emote is 400, but the bundle is now 2,000 V-Bucks. And lastly, Hank Hill, my dad, from King of the Hill. And he is 1,500 V-Bucks. The pickaxe is 800, back bling is 200, emote is 500, wrap is 500, but the bundle is 2,000. I think yesterday they had the price as 3,500. So every bundle is 2,000 apiece. The problem here still is that there's no big bundle. So if you want all three of these bundles, you got to pay 6,000 V-Bucks. I feel like they should have had a big one and gave a huge discount. But they didn't do that, unfortunately. So obviously all three of these are cell shaded. No one has any styles, so you cannot turn the cell shading off, unfortunately. And they look very representative of how they do in their respective shows. So pretty sweet. I actually think Hank Hill looks the best. Well, Bob looks good too. Cleveland, I don't know. His face it looked a little odd the first time I saw him. Maybe it's just the way he's standing, like his feet are pointing one direction and his head is turning the other and his midsection is going straight. So he's all out of proportion. Now one thing to note, they're all in their respective sets. So Cleveland Brown's in Family Guy, Bob's in Bob's Burgers, and Hank is in King of the Hill. So that tells me that we're getting more of these skins. Obviously we already have more Family Guy skins, but the fact that King of the Hill and Bob's Burgers have their own set, I bet more characters are coming soon. For the back blings, we've got the Strickland propane tank. That's pretty sweet. It literally says Strickland propane, so that's for Hank Hill. For Cleveland, we've got Cleveland's mailbag because he is a mailman. Do they even do that arc anymore? I know in the early seasons he was the mailman, but I don't know if they even do that anymore. And then, oh, TBD? That can't be right. So this is Bob's back bling. It's supposed to be called the Flying Burger, but instead it's TBD, to be determined. So at least that one's animated. For pickaxes, we have Bob's spatula. It's like a samurai's blade, but for flipping burgers. For Cleveland, we've got the posted mailbox. It says straight from Spooner Street, but the mail wasn't forwarded. Ha! I bet those envelopes fall out. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And then lastly, we've got the sirloined tongs, grilled to perfection on a Wagner Char King. So unfortunately, only one person gets a wrap, and it's Hank Hill. It's the gas gauge, which is animated, it says, although I don't see any animation there. See it on the assault rifle. Looks like it's the gauge that moves, which you can't even see on the shotgun. What the? Okay, so I wonder if you shoot your weapon, if that tank goes down to empty. I'll have to take a look at that as well. So the emotes are where everything shines. The emotes are phenomenal. So first we have the Alley Hangout, which is a group emote. King of the Hill intro. Ooh, that might be copyrighted, so I gotta be careful. But you can see you fill up the recycle can with... Are those beer? I mean, in the show they're beer. I can't tell if they changed it to slurp or not, or slap. I mean, that literally plays the theme song, so I'm gonna mute this just in case. That's pretty cool, though. That's literally the intro. Then we've got Burger of the Day. And this is pretty sweet. It says the Victory Royale Burger. So it changes every time you do it. I'm going to do a separate video on this so you can see all the alternatives. I don't want to waste too long for this. But he even taps his foot like he does in the show. I love it. Then we got the Mailman Stroll. That's pretty cool. I actually like that one. Okay. And lastly, we've got Bob's Happy Dance. When you find that place, you gotta dance. All right, I got to see if any of these are copyrighted. Let me turn my music off real quick. Okay, so we're muted licensed audio. Now let's go back and we'll just double check. Okay, so yes, the Alley Hangout is 100% copyrighted. The Mailman Stroll is not. Oh man, Bob's Happy Dance is copyrighted as well. So I have to go back and edit those out a little bit. That's unfortunate. So just a heads up, if you're a content creator, those two 100% are copyrighted. Okay, so unfortunately there's no glider for anything, but some of these accessories look really, really good. I'm impressed. I was most impressed with the emotes though. So let's start with Bob Belcher. All right, here we go. So I did not put a glider on. Obviously any cell shaded glider is going to work perfectly here, or I guess any food related glider, but just remember, cell shading is very hard to match up with. And non-cell shading stuff looks kind of dumb. You can see the difference here with my umbrella. All right, first of all, we've got Bob Belcher here. So you can clearly see the animated back bling. It's got the P-wings going on. When you jump, they kind of slow down. Nice physics there. I think he looks well represented as to what he does in the show. Let's do a 360 approach here. So he's got his apron on. He's got the bald spot. Just a very bland color scheme, but that's how he looks. There's nothing wrong with that. I think they did a fantastic job here. Let's check out his pickaxe with the pull-out sound and swing animation. I'll be quiet. Here you go. Okay, so very sharp sounding. They did reference it as samurai blade-like. Let's turn the lights off. It's like a dark gray contrail. How about a splash effect? I mean, it does look pretty sharp. Okay, yeah, we do have a grayish splash, and something's flying out. What is that? I don't know what that stuff is. Something white flying off it. Let's hit our friend here. I don't know. What is that white stuff flying up? Do you see any white things coming off it? No reactivity there. It's only when you hit something they come flying off. Someone let me know what that is. Oh, looks like shards of something. At first I thought they were feathers, but why would there be feathers? Okay, weird. Let's do the aim down sights, and we'll take a look at the wrap. So the highlight of this wrap is the gas gauge, but you can't really see it. Especially not on the shotgun. So aim down sights wise, he is a fairly large character. You can definitely see his bald spot. And it looks like his whole chin disappears. Maybe, does he not really have a chin? Hold on. I guess his chin is kind of sunken in. It just looks like he's missing his lower half of his jaw when you aim in. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. So yeah, he is kind of bulky. Here's the kneeling. Can't really see much, but this is how all cel-shaded skins are, usually. Okay, so that gauge does seem to go down. Yeah, so when you empty your mag, it depletes, and then it reloads. Okay, so I'll put that on the wrap skin, and we'll just see that in finer detail. Let's get in a limb here and see if the back bling does anything. Nope, the wings stayed in motion. So, pretty bland all around. Color scheme is just as you would expect. Aim down sights was kind of bulky. Let's do his emotes real quick. So remember, I did turn copyrighted music off. Here's Bob's Happy Dance. I think other people can join in on this one. Yep. Look at the little foot. Okay. And then he also has the burger of the day, which is right here. Can we... Oh, we can't read it from... If we turn it a little bit, we can read it. The Victory Royale burger. Then he chucks them out. You get a burger, you get a burger, you get a burger. All right, let's take the back bling off real quick. I'm sure he's going to look pretty dumb without it, but we'll see. He's just a very bland color scheme, so... The wrap actually looks good with him, however, because his pants are kind of the same color as this wrap. So not bad all around for Mr. Bob. You can see his apron does have some physics, too, when you jump. All right, let's do Cleveland Brown next. All right, here we go. So, the actual voice actor for Cleveland Brown commented on my video yesterday. I thought that was really cool. He said something like, hey, I got an Icon Series skin finally, or something like that. I pinned it. So if you go to my video yesterday about these skins, you can see him in the pinned comment. Pretty neat. I was fanboying. Okay, so... I mean, he looks pretty good. Let's do a 360 approach here. I kind of want to see if those letters fall out. So when you jump, the mailbox lid closes a little bit and they kind of stuff back in. I'm surprised none of these fall out. Maybe when you swing it. Whee! I mean, he looks pretty solid too. That's exactly how I remember Cleveland. Even his mannerisms on the animation of his face look very good. Oh, look, Peter. Hey, Peter. I love it. Okay, let's check out his pickaxe pull-out sound and swing animation. Here you go. Yeah, so the contrail is letters coming out. I was hoping. Let's look from the front when we do that. Yeah, so you can see him just spilling out of there. That's cool. And it does sound like a mailbox. I mean, it's got that tin sound effect. I was kind of hoping when you jumped that letters would fall out of your back bling. Maybe when you sprint? Let's see. No. That is one secure mailbag. Holy smokes, they're not moving at all. Let's see if they fall out when you hit something. Yes, they do. That is the splash effect. That's cool. Weak spot. See anything different there? They could have damaged the mailbox, like someone hitting it with a baseball bat. I think that would have been cool for a weak spot. How about when you hit somebody with it? I didn't see any letters fall out there. All right, let's get in a limb real quick. No, nothing doing there. Okay, so he's got the mailman stroll. This one's pretty cool. See if you can do this one with me. No? Okay, let me see if... Is it traversal? What is traversal? Put some mail in there. Put some mail in there. It's like you're playing Paperboy. I love that this one's not copyrighted. You get some mail. You get some mail. You get some mail. Close, 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 close. Kick. I like that emote. I don't know why. I think that's fun. All right, let's turn off the lights. I don't think I turned off the lights for Bob, but he didn't look like he had anything glowing anyway. All right. How about his aim down sights? Okay, so that's a little better than Bob, I think. Just a little bit. But looking at the wrap, it's kind of obscured into his face. So Bob kind of wins that one. Even though you can see a little more with Cleveland here, I'm not a big fan when wraps merge into the character's face like that. I mean, look, when I move, it kind of sways even in there. Here's his crouch. Well, he really camouflages the wrap there. Okay, so Cleveland does have the worst aim down sights for sure. Let's take his back bling off. Yeah, he doesn't look too bad without it. I really feel like it does complement the entire outfit since his pickaxe is the mailbox. And it does suit his emote as well, the mailman stroll. And last but not least, let's do my dad, Hank Hill. He sells propane. Okay, here is Hank Hill. I think he looks the best out of all the skins, in my opinion. Fantastically done. He seems a bit taller than everyone else. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I'm hoping he's going to have the best aim down sights as well. He's got his beer gut going there. Okay. I like the back bling. the Strickland propane. I'm hoping it's reactive, but I don't think so. So let's do the pickaxe pull-out sound and swing animation. Here you go. So it definitely has that meaty sound effect, and you can also hear it sizzle when you withdraw it. So that's kind of neat. Nice touch to it there. Let's take a look at his aim down sights right away. Yes, so he does have the best aim down sights. You can clearly see the wrap. You can see to the left and above him. Hank Hill wins the day here. The other two skins are just bigger. They take up a lot more of the screen. And of course the wrap matches his back bling quite nicely. So this is definitely my favorite one so far. Let's see if the pickaxe has a splash effect. Yep, it does have that gravy meat effect there. So for the weak spots, there's nothing. But I feel like it should have been raw and uncooked. And then the more you hit this, it should have been more and more well done. Until it got to this stage. I think that would have been sweet. Alright, let's smack Deadpool here. It's got that nice juicy sound effect. Let's see if there is any reactivity with either the back bling or the pickaxe. Here we go. Nothing. I was kind of hoping the propane tank would literally spray propane out. Like turn the valve on. That's a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie. That was a perfect opportunity there. Let me see if anything happens when you open a chest. Nope, nothing doing there. About some damage. Come on, propane, turn on. Nope, nothing doing there. Okay. And I doubt there's anything that glows, but let's see. No, I don't see anything. Now he has, for an emote, the alley hangout. Let's see if other people can join in on this one. This one is copyrighted, remember? Oh, it's a group emote. Okay, okay. So did they? Oh, they did change it. It's not beer, it's slurp. I figured they would change that. And it's really, really fast, too. Deadpool's down in those. That is cool. I love that. I like the little picket fence there, too. I'm going to do that in-game. That's going to be so fun. Very cool. All right, so it doesn't look that bad without it. I feel like it does look better because it does match the wrap. Okay, and last but certainly not least, let's take a look at this wrap on the wrap skin. So as you can see, there is a gauge on there. And right now, it's at midway. And that's because I only have 10 ammo in my magazine. So watch when I reload. It goes from empty to full. So that's cool. It says it's just animated. Can you see the gauge? Well, I don't know if it's going to show when I shoot, but when I shoot, it should go down. You can see it slowly trickle down. Yeah, okay. So yeah, they should have marked this as reactive. That's actually pretty cool. And then it goes... So that's really neat. Now, as for when you actually shoot, on the AR you can definitely see it. Not that well. But on the shotgun, at least this particular one, you can't see it for squat. It doesn't even show up. That's kind of dumb. And it does look kind of wonky here on the wrap skin because it is cel-shaded. And she obviously is not a cel-shaded character. But I think that's pretty unique. I like that. So there you go. The 3 animated upcoming dads, which will be available tomorrow night at Item Shop Reset. If I had to pick a favorite, I would probably say Hank Hill. His entire set seemed the best to me. So 2,000 V-Bucks for each bundle. I would definitely say if you can only get one, get Hank Hill. He was my favorite. But that's just me. You probably like someone else better. I was definitely surprised by all of these. I thought they would be pretty bland and not worth purchasing, but hey, they look pretty good. If nothing else, definitely get the emotes, which are the best. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator code, which is Tabor time.